Hello, my name is Geoffrey Wainwright, and I'm here to introduce my new book of poems from Carcanet Press, Here on Earth. My first book I published in 1978, and since then I've published 8 further books. So as you can see, I'm already getting quite old. However, as far as writing is concerned, I have one great consolation, which is the place that I'm able to work for part of the year. The place is Umbria in central Italy. Behind me is the Tiber Valley, and across this valley is the beautiful ancient city of Orvieto. I can write here and do write here most summers. Back home in Manchester, I have lots of, maybe even a clutter of books which I work with. Here I have very few books, which I believe has thrown me back further onto my own mind and my own imagination, and especially my own memory. The poems that I write here depend rather on that, and rather not so much on the setting that is present. I don't write many poems about this place. Indeed, my previous book contained poems about potteries where I was born and brought up, and this book, Here on Earth, includes poems on Manchester and a long sequence called Empire News, which is about the iniquities of the British Empire. One experience that I have in writing here is that I may be working on a poem that seems to be going along, but is in actual fact rather slow and heavy. And when I have a sudden arrival of a few words or an entirely different idea or image, and that which takes over and becomes the much more promising work, it's one of these sudden arrivals that I most value in writing here. It doesn't work in the afternoons, though. I do most of my writing in the morning. In the afternoon, I tend to read. And there are 2 books that I'd like to mention here. One of them is by Robert Gray, the Australian poet. His book, Rain Towards Morning, which is a selection of all the poems I think that he wants to save, including fine poems which are about the Australian language, Australian landscape, and also wonderful poems that are autobiographical. The second book is much different. It is Vasily Grossman, the Russian writer's novel about the battle for Stalingrad in the Second World War, life and fate. This is a massive novel, frightening in some ways, but in reading it at the moment, it's bound to put us in mind of events in the Ukraine. Reading it too reminds me of the good fortune that I have to be here on this terrace and in this place, whilst the world continues in a quite different way elsewhere. Thank you. This poem is number 13 in the sequence Here on Earth. Can we count ourselves among the wonders of the universe? We understand that there is a universe, a sun and suns, stars are far off from here, and how it is all molecular. We nearly understand ourselves, not just how to build a nest or den, but how to govern our multitudes, combat our sicknesses, at least to within tolerances we can accept. And the big idea, we shall have no need of tolerances. Everything will fit.